Welcome to the SoulScape Show with your host and intuitive multidimensional channel and soul healer, Gabrielle Spencer. You can find all SoulScape shows and free gifts from our special guests at soulscape.tv. This is Season 5. Tonight we have the very special guest, Kim Regnitz. She is a conscious channel, aligning and working through the I Am frequency under the guidance of her I Am Alchemy Team Collective. Her greatest joy as an interpreter of the soul's vibration is to activate and empower others in awakening to the beautiful truth of who they are, expanding the love and light in the co-creation of heaven within. Kim is a heart-based conscious channel and facilitates from the levels of the I Am frequencies. And tonight we are discussing alchemy and magic through I Am alignment. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm Gabrielle Spencer and this is the SoulScape Show. And tonight I have with us a really beautiful soul, beautiful person. I just absolutely love and adore her energy and have been connected with her for a long time. And whenever we do connect, it seems always to be very ethereal. It just has its own energy and it's really lovely. So if you will welcome tonight, Kim Regnitz. Thank you for being here, Kim. And let me just tell everyone who may not know you just a little bit about you. Kim is a conscious channel aligning and working through the I Am frequency and under the guidance of her I Am Alchemy Team Collective. Her team collective consists of ascended masters, archangels, angelic, galactics, star beings, crystallines, interdimensionals, intergalactics, dolphins and dragons, and elementals. Her greatest joy as an interpreter of the soul's vibration is to activate and empower others in awakening to the beautiful truth of who they are, expanding the love and light in the co-creation of heaven within, which is very spot on and just who we need right now. Welcome, Kim.
Oh, thank you, Gabrielle. I'm so happy to be here. I just feel so connected with you. And what a beautiful introduction, because truly, whenever we do connect, I just feel you're such a soul sister. I really feel that way.
You know what?
So thank you.
What I love about the work that we all do is that truly we are reconnecting as soul family. That is what I find, right? We find all those who we've traveled with before because we've done this. We've been on this squad before. And here we are again. I don't know why, but they just gave me the visual of like dodgeball, like picking teams, right? To get to clobber the other side. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm very excited that you're going to talk about the I Am today. And I really love this I Am frequency. So if you would tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, beautiful. I would love to. I would invite everyone to just kind of tap into the experience of that and to allow yourself to receive the experience of this. So your I Am is your embodied higher self. The I Am frequency, you're already a divine master. You're already, and I often tell people to drop the word light worker and instead bring in light master, because truly you are a master. If you're listening to this call, you are a master. There's nothing to fix, nothing to do. Basically, what we're unraveling is all of who we are not. So in a sense, you are a divine being. And the more we unravel these patterns, the more that this divinity comes into your physical vehicle. And we're merging that and bringing that here. So the I Am frequency, if you want to think of that, it would be ninth dimension and beyond. So it's beyond, it's like pure love, pure form, pure, it's a unified field, unity consciousness. And so there's not a lot of information that comes in with that. It's more of an experience state. So I guess that will start everyone with that. Do you have anything to add to that, Gabrielle?
I agree. I'm sitting over here bobbing my head up and down because yes, as we were just saying, we've all done this before. We have already accomplished mastery from within and all of it. We're just here remembering it and reconnecting to it. So with this I am frequency, and it's experiential, which I like the word, but if you would explain to people how they tap into that experience, because I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about the I am. And I feel like for my own self, like I get glimpses of just the magnitude of what it actually is and means. And when I do, I get all excited. I'm like, oh my God, I never understood it that way. But then if you were to ask me again, what is it? I would have a hard time giving you a definition.
Well, that's really beautiful that you clarified in that way, because this is not about getting it at the head. Your 3 and 4D mind and collective consciousness is merged within the fourth dimension, the lower levels of the fourth dimension. But this is way beyond your human mind can actually grasp. So you can experience this through the field of the heart. And I know, Gabrielle, you work with a cosmic heart. So that, and I was really feeling that coming in about an hour ago, really strong. The heart is an electromagnetic field. This is all magnetic. Okay, the torsion field, the spiral, that's how energy moves. And when we connect with this heart, this omnipresent portal, you really tap into that I am. Okay, we're not becoming this, we already are it. Okay, so it's the alpha and the omega in your physical vehicle. We've all been taught we're separate. We're separate, or you're even contemplating your higher self. So when you contemplate higher self, where does your awareness take you? For some of you, it might take you in your being. But for many people, the concept is higher, it's above you. And then that kicks in those patterns of, I'm not worthy, and all this other stuff of who we are not, whether it's ancestral patterns or multidimensional incongruencies. When we really tap into that energy through the heart, and then bringing all of our energy in and just dropping into that heart field, that cosmic heart, that divine omnipresent portal. Just take a deep breath right now and just do that. Just focus into your center, into your heart, or in your center. It could be the core star between your solar plexus and heart. Just drop into that place right now. And just take a deep breath. And just say higher self. And just notice what you notice with your being. Okay, so just kind of earmark that, if you will. And now say, I am. And just take a deep breath with that. And focusing in your center. Notice what your body is doing right now. For those, there are some of you that are not fully in your body. So we're just going to call you in, call just yourself in the magnetic resonance of the heart. Just call yourself forth right now. All parts and parcels, even the shadow pieces, the challenging pieces, just call yourself here right now. Just gather yourself. There we go. Okay, just let go. Let go of all of the drama, everything that's occurring, whether it's around you or other people, and just drop into that heart. And just feel this I am around you, supporting you, holding safe and sacred space. Even if you're not feeling it, it is there. Your I am is with you in every incarnation, every simultaneous incarnation. For our past lives are actually simultaneous, as you well know. So it is known to you. It is familiar. It is that big aha, that highest frequency vibration where everything feels connected, everything feels synchronistic, and just that really deep, expanded awareness. But you're staying in your body. Many times people think that when you meditate that you're leaving your body. We're bringing it here. Actually, it's not really safe to leave your body. You want to stay within your body. What happens, though, when many of us have challenges, we're taught to scatter our energy, or we leave, we scatter and leave. Many people walking around are literally programmed. They're not in their bodies. And so when you really start to look at shadow, look at all of you, who you are not, that those scary little places that we'd rather not go, and especially in the Scorpio time, really more of that divine essence moves into your physical vehicle. So you are the torchbearers. You've done this over and over and over again. We have never experienced the density that we've gone to with this source system, this planetary source system with Gaia, as we have now. However, everyone who is incarnate, it has what it takes, or you wouldn't be here. You literally would not be here. I'm going to say that again. Everyone that is incarnate, everyone that is listening to this call, you have an answer, a solution to many of the challenges that we are being faced right now through this I am frequency, or you would not be here. So you are a gift. So just breathe into that. I am. I am is how we direct our energy, the alpha and the omega, as above, so below, as within, so without. As the universe, so shall the soul. Just feel that right now. And just let yourself, through your central column, ground all the way into the heart of Gaia, into that diamond crystalline heart. And at the same time, feeling your connection with the galactic center, galactic central sun, divine source energy. And you're the bridge for the individuated I am frequency in form. And that's what we're doing right now. That's the anchoring of the new earth. The new earth is actually fifth dimension, which is the ether, which connects with the fifth element, which is your throat center. So this throat center, and it's no accident that we are unmasking this throat center, right?
Yes.
So speaking our truth, speaking who we are, speaking from our experiences. We've all had unique experiences. There's no one like you, nor ever anyone will be like you. And I'm not implying separation. I'm implying unity, much like if you were to look at facets on a diamond or your body, how it's a container, a unified field container, but it has different facets. You have your skin, you have your endocrine system, you have your chakras, you have organs, and so forth. It's much the same. So when we all put our beautiful containers together, you can see this most magnificent flower of life configuration. And that's what we're all doing right now. We're holding light. We're watching all of the incongruencies that have been here from the beginning rising up. They're coming up to clear.
Yes. And we have the honor of being here and assisting in that transformation. I mean, it is all in our perspective, right? There are days that are harder than others, but that's why we have one another. So we can all connect and help, when somebody is having a hard time or has that moment of just, I'm tired or weary or whatever it is. So in the magic of being in this frequency, and I hope, and everybody let us know in the chat box, if you will, and I'll read it out. If you're able to connect with that space that was made for you, and if you did, what did you experience? Because I did have an experience, actually, my whole body shuddered after I had said I am, and I took that deep breath. And I thought that was really interesting because, like I said, I have come to the understanding, probably my only real clear understanding is that it's a moving target, this I am thing. That it's almost like as soon as you reach it and like you get that, it's almost like a high, actually. It's like you just feel like, wow, I don't know. It's almost speechless. And it feels amazing. And then that changes. It's not the same feeling the next time. Just like I said, this time, like my whole body shuddered and I couldn't say that why, except for that something rippled through me. Does that make sense? So I don't know what, did I shift? I don't know exactly what it is. I just know that there was actually a reaction. So I'd love to hear what others experienced. And if you feel like you could either put yourself back into that energetic frequency, or if you feel like you're still in that same frequency that you just reached. So Linda says, my whole body vibrated when she said that, and I felt my heart leap. Okay. So I had a similar. So you must have done something, my dear Kim. You did something.
It's through my team and through everyone else's I am present.
Of course.
So it's all alignment. It's just when we align, and there's a beautiful metaphor with this that I offer in my classes and my work. If you look at a radio dial and how you have static and you're tuning that radio dial in, and then some days all of a sudden there's static, which can be akin to what we're experiencing frequency wise. And then you all of a sudden just tune it in or course correct that dial and you have pure tone. Okay, that's a really good metaphor for an alignment. Just intend to align. The beings that work through this I am frequency will meet you way more than halfway. So it's not about trying so hard. It's about just being and doing and just intending.
Yes. So Stacy said, yes, feeling lots of energy and vibrations. Barb writes, I felt a deep sense of calm. Angela, I got shivers. And Joan says, it seemed to be a tingling through the left arm into the palm and a humming in my ears. That's interesting. So an alignment for everybody, again, wherever you are. That's what I love about energy. It knows exactly where you are. And if you're open and receive, then it's doing its job without our interference, without us, directing it. I think as humans, that's to me, that's our biggest challenge, is to stop being in control and allow the beauty that is meant for us to be experienced. And that's pretty much it. When you can be in that spot, that's when I think you reap the most rewards. So
absolutely. Yes.
So when you are, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I was going to say, watch what you link I am to, because many times, and just be aware of it. Awareness is the key, because many times we link I am and then we say something that would be more of a contractive energy versus my body is feeling, maybe like saying tired, or rather than saying I am, you can actually literally connect in with a morphogenetic field of energized. I am energized. Now that may not be true in the moment, but you are aligning with that potential. And then dropping into the heart and letting go of that, you're connecting with a 0 point field with that cosmic heart, which is possibility potential.
Okay, so I'm reading more responses. So it's really interesting because it appears that, again, everybody had different experiences, which tells us a lot. I love that, because that just tells you how unique we all are, yet connected, as Kim and I have talked about, so many times in the past, that when we all are together like this, we can expand so quickly and move in whatever directions in our highest and best, which is really fantastic. So in the magic and the alchemy part of this, how does that fit, Kim?
So magic, we do not do magic, we are magic. And so with magic is just contemplate magic. It's just really exciting. Okay, magic is expansive, it's creative. We are magic. We are magical beings. We are alchemical beings. In other words, when we connect in with this I am energy and connect with the 0 point of possibility potential, there is nothing that we cannot create or manifest. It's simply aligning and connecting in with this. And that is this most amazing magic. working with the elementals, all the beings that work through your I am presence, through that frequency. Now, I don't work with guides. I work through my I am frequency, my I am presence firewall. And this is, in other words, the beings that choose that I allow in my space have to be of that frequency. And so that I'm making sure that I'm getting the right information and right awareness, and it just comes right in. Many of the elementals, there are many different frequencies. If you connect in with the elementals that are with the I am frequency, the fire, earth, air, water, and ether. And again, I mentioned the ether being connected with the fifth element, the throat center. Okay, that's what's really, we're really anchoring and bringing that in right now. Your words, your spoken word can be magic. The alchemical statement in the beginning is the word. Okay, so now we're in the Scorpio lunar cycle, new moon cycle, which happened on the 14th or 15th of this month of November. We're in the crescent phase right now. So all of you, whether you did it consciously or not, and I like to create magic with writing new moon wishes or new moon seed plantings, because the moon is new every month for about 3 3/4 of a day, 3 days on the average, and you can create that. So all of you, whether you were aware of it or not, actually started a new cycle and created new seeds. Well, we're in the crescent phase right now. So when you plant new seeds, you know, we're noticing now you don't go and dig them up right away and see if they've sprouted. Well, right now we're in the crescent, so they've taken root, they're sprouting. And the first little shoots are coming up of those new seed plantings, whether you did that consciously or whether you were embraced in something happening or going on in your world around the new moon time. So we're in the crescent phase. What this phase is, and the Scorpio energy is magic and alchemy in and of itself. I know it can be really challenging with the deep dive into the shadow. It's not a fun time. That's why Halloween, you know, it's that deep scorpionic energy. But it is a phoenix rising out of the ashes. It is a deep transformation. And so that's magic in and of itself. Right now, you may have some fears that are coming up around why you can't have what you want to have. And they're just surfacing to clear. And so the magic of that, working with that magic, is dropping into your heart, working through your I am, and just connecting into that. And just watching that fear. Where are you noticing this this negative energy, this incongruent energy that's coming up? Where are you seeing it in your body? Where are you feeling it? And just without trying to change it, just put awareness there. Because literally, when you drop into the field of the heart, you align with your I am and you put awareness to what is incongruent through the observer effect, the quantum observer effect. It already starts to change. You cannot look at something without pure consciousness without having an effect. So literally, as we hone our frequency, we are affecting change everywhere we're going. And even thinking about others, we're affecting change. So that would be a start with some of the magic. There's so much more with that. Changing, alchemy.
Yeah, the heart is I call it the vessel. Your heart is the vessel to everything. Mm-hmm. And the I am being, let's say, that's all together. Then when we are creating, I notice, I mean, it's kind of a game, actually. I like to make games. This is, everybody who knows me knows that I kind of view things always in game metaphor, kind of. Because for me, well, it's play, but I'm something that everybody may not know about me, but human Gabrielle is very competitive. And so I enjoy games, though. My family were big, huge game players, and that's what makes it so interesting that this now everybody is rediscovering games. Well, when I was a child, and as I was just talking to my son tonight, he was asking me, basically how did my mother and how did my husband's mother, how did we get punished when we were kids? And this is really funny because he gets grounded from TV, he gets grounded from his video games and stuff like that, right? And I laughed and I said, sweetie, we didn't have video games. We had like 3 TV stations and you had rabbit ears, you had to move all around, right? So we played a lot of games. And I told him, no, my mother would just assign us jobs. That was her big way of punishing us. So anyway, it was this whole conversation. But the idea is that we all need to tap into whatever works for us, right? Whatever it is that we really enjoy, and use that energy when we're creating. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like most everybody, we have fallen for the idea that if we put our mind to something, then that's how we're going to envision it. And that's how we're going to create it. And that's how we're going to bring it to us, except for that's not very successful for most everybody. And the reason is because you have to have that focused emotion, and it has to come through your heart. So it is not your mind that's going to create it. And that's just what you are saying to us. And I'm just reiterating it in another way. So if it means that you have to find something that you love and you remember with happiness and joy, or whatever it is, that you use that energy behind what it is you're wanting to create. And you talked about something actually I think is more key. See, Melissa says, pretend it already happened. But I'm not gonna totally go there with you, Melissa, because I want you to talk to him about alignment and why that's so important in the creation process. Yes. Linda says the heart holds its own brain and magnetic frequency to align with our I am. Thank you, Linda.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the brain and the head, the brain and the heart, and the brain and the gut. Actually 4. But, yes.
Stacy, they did not take our games away. My mother assigned us jobs, more jobs. I got very good at cleaning bathrooms, and my mother was very strict about it. Anyway, okay, so Angela's asking, Kim, if you'll answer her, how do you bring your gifts into physical reality if you're not sure what gifts you possess?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. So I'll dovetail on what Gabrielle said, what you said, Gabrielle. The joy, the passion. So what brings you joy? What brings you joy? And go and do that. Whatever feels like it's, and it's not about hard work, like you mentioned before. It's not about getting it at the head. It's the hard work. We all know what hard work is to the nth degree. That's not how it is. It's more about letting go. And I really like play. And it's interesting because I'm Leo, which Leo is the energy of the 5th house, which is all about the magical heart and magical child and play. So when you start to play, or joyfully play, in what brings you that joy, what nourishes that joy, so much comes in. And literally your left brain, your ego consciousness, that tries to keep you stuck and kind of keep you there. It's more the wounded ego, kind of lets go, because it's like, oh, well, she's just playing. I'm out of here. And that's a really good way. Find out what lights you up, what brings you joy, and go and do that. What gifts do I have that I just love? What talents and abilities do I have that just bring me so much joy? That I can share with another. That's a really good place. And then there's another piece to that too, because we are shifting into this new earth, anchoring it here. It's already here. We're in the process of really seeing it palpably. But there are many skills that many of us have that are not, they're ready to come in. They're just starting to come in right now. multidimensional skill sets. The energy and the frequencies have to be right where people can receive them.
Yes.
And so everyone listening to this call too, the mass consciousness is just starting to go through the dark night of the soul. It's going to get very more interesting. And everyone is going to be needed in some way, manner, or form to assist and to help with these talents and abilities that you have. And we all have them.
Mm-hmm.
So
we do.
Did you want to say something? Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, this is exactly right. Everything you are saying. And it's something that I've been talking a lot about as well, because this is the dark night of the soul. That's probably the best description for this transformational process, is that it's going to take all of us who know that we're being called, and we're being called to work together. This is not a singular, alone type event. We need to band together energetically. And I think that in all of this, as we're doing that, your gifts will be accelerated and opened, because when we all come together, just like in this time right now, when we all come together and we're all beaming light, right? That lifts all of our frequency to where you're in a place then to receive and to open your own gifts that you weren't able to reach that frequency on your own. That's why we come together, because as we do, that exponentially raises all of our collective vibration, and then all of us are open to receive. And if you don't feel like you're getting anything, this is when you would close your eyes and, I always say, just roll your eyes up and take your 3 deep breaths so that you're kind of in that semi-conscious place, and make the statement, I am receiving. There's your I am connection. You are commanding it. You are opening your heart for it. And that is how the energy has greater, I'm going to call it flow and fluidity to come within you. If that makes sense. Because when we're creating, we are no longer in the phase of visioning it and putting it on a vision board and saying it 20 times a day and whatever else. We're in a different frequency for how creation happens. And so that's where we are. We're not directing it. We are it, as Kim has already said. And so all those other things, when you're imagining it and you're doing, I just keep thinking of like ritual dances and stuff, like how we used to be, Kim, like where you would have to literally say hocus pocus type prayers or whatever it is, witchcraft. You need a spell in order to, an incantation, things like that. That's how you would bring something about. But that is not where we are anymore. Thank God.
No, the energy is way different and more expansive. And yes, whoa. I just wanted one of the things that you said was really key, and I really love this. You talked about command. Command is so relevant versus control. And many times we've learned to control. We are either in our own way, we're controlling whether it's ourselves or others around us. And the underlying energy of that is fear. And commanding is very different because you're working through the universal laws, the universe, the unity consciousness, and you're commanding that which is already there into form. So it's very different energy. So I really love that you brought that up.
Thank you. We're on the same page, Kim. We see things very similarly. So in your connection with all of the I am presence, so how, I was going to say the I am presence. So the field of being is what I've just started calling it. We are all part of the field of being, and that is what we are creating as we're together, even right now. So what is it that you feel guided as far as helping all of us to move through this period and continue to thrive through this period?
Oh, that's a good question. And we want you to know that, and those of you that know Gabrielle, I'm sure you can attest to this, and myself too, that just because we're on these summits and shows does not mean we don't have our own challenges and days where we just are in a funk. And and then,
I'm always honest about it, Kim. I tell them.
yeah,
I'm like, trust me,
here.
I have my days. And,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
it's just all about rolling through it, I think, as fast as we can. I mean, that is my goal always. And I'm also very honest about that. It's, you recognize it, right? And then what do you need to do to get yourself through it?
Yes. Like Sunday, I cried all day. It was all this deep stuff coming up. And how I moved through it is I hadn't a clue what I was crying about even. I just let myself really sob and I dropped the judgment off of it, because oftentimes we feel that we start to judge what we're experiencing instead of just dropping the story around it and just letting it move and moving it. And for me, exercise is really key for me. That's how I move energy, whether I go in nature, like either go for a walk or ride my bike, weather permitting. We're in Wisconsin, so it's starting to get colder. Or just even yoga or whatever. The other night it was martial arts workout. I'm a 3rd degree black belt in Taekwondo, so punching and kicking is really good.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that works really well. There's something about kicking a bag that just gets that anger out.
Kim, that's so funny. I just can't even imagine you doing that. I would love. Can we get some video?
I probably have some, archives.
That's awesome. I think that's fantastic. Okay, so here, if you have 1 second here. So we're going to get back to the thriving, but somebody, Angela is saying, so she can relate. And she says she has been more authentic, honoring her boundaries, no more people pleasing, but she kind of feels like an empty container. So in this time, what would you advise to help her fill it?
Okay, empty container. I almost sense that you're between the letting go and that transitionary period of something new ready to come in. So again, I'm being guided to talk about whatever came through for you with the new moon. And we are moving actually out of the Scorpio sun. As of Saturday, we move into the Sagittarian energy. And on Sunday, we move into the first quarter, which is a take action phase of whatever planted at the new moon. So it almost feels like you're in a stasis there. So rather than judging that process, go do what brings you joy. And you will find in the most unconventional ways that may just start to come in. And trust. The message I get for you is trust. Trust that it will show up, that it's already there, but you will realize it in divine timing. So it's let yourself just be an empty vessel right now.
Here's something weird. I know that she just said she's not doing things for other people, but honestly, I heard volunteering for you too, Angela. So it might be volunteering, not necessarily with people, maybe with animals, maybe just still being needed, but not in the same debilitating way. Because it feels like helping is important for you. So cutting it all off may not be that's why it feels empty. So just think about that.
That one thing of saying that can be as simple as like buying a bouquet of flowers at the store and looking for somebody that looks really down, and just gifting them the flowers. That is the most amazing way to just lift your vibration right away.
That's beautiful.
That's just
you may have trouble finding somebody out on the street these days, but
oh yeah, in the store or something, grocery store. But then people, it's the right person. But then with everything that we're experiencing right now, that might be a little bit of apprehension around that too.
No, but I agree with you. Make somebody else smile is lovely.
Yes.
So Angela says, yes, thank you. I love those ideas. That's beautiful. So see, we've helped her. Now our job is done. Okay, so Tim says, the period between now and January 21st is appearing to be a chaotic one for America. Can you recommend a daily routine with some positive thoughts for the collective that would be helpful? Thank you, Tim.
Positive thoughts for the collective. Holding our light. Each of us has our own.
Those were the exact words I heard too, Kim. I'm going to tell you that. Hold the light. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah. Yes, it starts with you. Because if you look at the flower of life, and by the way, I wanted to tell you before, I'm seeing this beautiful earth and just this flower of life, light, beautiful light, crystal white light all around the earth right now, just as we're all gathering and talking. But that's the first piece. As you start to align, everyone connected with you, whether it's where you go and get your gas to the most close family member, they're receiving. You're quantumly entangled. So we have that responsibility, the ability to respond, to align with our own frequency. And not judge when we are clearing, realizing that whatever is incongruent is naturally just going to come up. Let yourself do it. I like nature too, getting in nature, because nature has never gone into separation. So it's holding the light, because the light is not in harmony with the incongruent patterns that are surfacing. And so there are really beautiful things coming for all of us, palpably here. And so that's really, there's some amazing things. I know it doesn't seem like that right now, but in truth, there is. And I feel an inner excitement about that.
Yeah, I'm with you on this, Kim. I'm very excited about it. And for those who are on right now who don't know, I've started holding the 144,000 Unite in the Light prayer vigil. And you can go out and get all of the recordings for free at GabrielleSpencer.com/unite. The reason I bring this up is because, Tim, this is what we need to be doing every day, not just between now and the 21st, but that, as Kim mentioned, I mean, we are here at this time because we are the boots on the ground, which, if you all don't know, my husband is a former Navy guy. So boots on the ground has a big meaning for us, but we are boots on the ground as masters of light, as Kim says. This is why we're here. This is why we came. It's like, this is amazing. We're finally here. For all of us who've been at this a long time, it's like, oh my God, we're being called up for service now. And this is part of what will not only fill your heart with peace, because that's what we also need, but then by us filling our own hearts with peace, we can then express that out through our own vibration and frequency, right? As we're all connected. And that's what this whole Unite in the Light is about, is that we are collectively sending out high vibe light, peace, and for all of the corruption and just discord and energy, as Kim was saying, that's not in alignment with the divine plan, for that to be, exposed, released, let go, and healed, and etc. Right? So we have big stuff going on right now, and it is exciting. It's a little scary, but it's exciting mostly, right? When we're together and we realize that there is a bigger picture, and it's not for naught. It's what's meant to happen right now.
Yes. And I may just add to that, any kind of fear, there's so much fear. People are in so much fear everywhere. So if you are experiencing fear, well, of course, the light completely transmutes that fear. But when we experience fear, try and shift it. Try and release it. Whatever it is, call forth your I am to assist you in releasing the fear, the beings of light that move through that frequency. Try and get on top of it right away, because otherwise you connect in with all of the other energy and it'll just downward spiral you. So do not stay in the fear. And fear is, we've all heard former false evidence appearing real, can also be former experience actually repeating. So fear is the ego energy, the wounded ego, where the energy is going out, ego, good acronym. And so, calling for assistance, connecting in with those of you, like Gabrielle said, the prayer vigils, very, very powerful. You can connect in with the morphic field of that. Let's say you're in the middle of the night and you wake up like with a nightmare, or you're in fear, where it wouldn't be maybe appropriate to just go and turn that on, or you're not listening to it right in the moment. You can connect with the morphogenetic field of that already connecting. You're connecting in with that. And just watch your energy change.
That's exactly how your energy changes. I will tell you, most people ask, and I'm sure they ask you too, Kim. So Kim, what's your daily schedule like? So how do you connect with the light? Do you do meditation? What do you do besides your 3 times black belt, which I'm just completely amazed about? So what else do you do to connect? Do you do any special ritual or routine?
Yes, that's a good question. Right in the morning, with the first few minutes of waking up, the first thing, and this is one of the free gifts that I have offered too on the PDF.
Yes.
I work with just the statement, I am fully embodied. And then I just feel that feel that. That first 5 minutes of waking up is where your neural pathways are very, very fluid. And it's a good place for seeding your day, creating your day, seeding, directing, or commanding your day. I am fully embodied, and I just really feel into that, and I align with my I am present, no matter what's going on. That is the truth. And oftentimes during the day when I feel scattered, I will do the same thing. I am fully embodied. Again, it just gets you right there. It's the truth. So that starts my day. Generally, I live in a meditative state. I'm a moving meditator, so many times it's either a walk or connecting in. Sometimes it's a stillness. When I facilitate holographic activations, that's probably my most still meditations that I would facilitate. But I live in a meditative state. I live in a multidimensional state. So I receive information all day long. Sometimes it comes when I'm washing dishes, or sometimes it comes in the shower or in electronics. Because I have strong water in my astrological chart and strong Uranus, which is the electricity. So, and I'll just get flashes of information, flashes of insight. And so one more thing I want to just mention is right now we're in the moon is in Aquarius, or Uranus. So Uranus is very flashes of insight, sudden things occurring. And we may be already feeling the planets that we have Jupiter and Saturn that are shifting into Aquarius. Well, we're already feeling that already. That's coming in December. And that's your out-of-the-box, quick, brilliance, genius. Well, we're in the dawning of the age of Aquarius. So I guess I feel what the fluidity of the day is and the flow of the day and what I feel like doing. If I have something scheduled, like whether it's going somewhere and all of a sudden the energy doesn't feel right, I'll listen to that. So I'm very fluid. I don't have a specific regimented routine. My morning is my tea and my connecting in whatever way that is. Sometimes it's yoga, but I go with the flow. And that's the biggest thing. I'm also the whitewater rafting guide for over 30 years, and learning how to go with the flow has become a really big metaphor in my life. And I like that flow. And that's one of the things that we can be sure of, flow. If there's something that you don't like, just lean into the flow of course correcting.
I think that's a great advice. When things aren't going exactly right, it's bringing yourself back into that I am alignment and asking to be in the flow, or even commanding to be in the flow and allowing that to come, which also means you have to let go of your preconceived ideas of how that should look.
Yes. Yes. Where is the opening? because, so what's that saying? Nothing changes until something moves. Where's finding the opening? You know, whether you do work with clients, and it's finding the opening. Where does the energy want to move? Okay, we all know where it doesn't move, where it's stuck. We feel stuck. Okay, well, there's some place where it moves. So just connect in and align with that place where it wants to move.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. And a good way to help people thrive, especially in this time, because things are moving, and it is all in how we are reacting or not reacting, more just being in the flow of it. And I agree with you. I get a lot of my insights throughout my day, but a lot of the time it is in that that little wakeful spot in the morning before I get up, which is when I get a lot of information, and in the shower. So it's all good. I mean, and then throughout the day, and I think I've said many times that I keep a pile of index cards on my desk, because I will get those flashes of insight. And if I don't write them down, I forget. Because they're always so comprehensive, like in the moment. I call them like data packets. And you're like, oh my God, that's so brilliant, right? But you could never write it down fast enough. So you have to be able to write down just enough so that it will trigger memory for you.
Yeah. I love it. I have that too. Sometimes we think we're going to remember it, and then it's just gone. And then
that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's why, right? I keep something near me so that I can write it down, because I've done that before, and you're like, oh, but it was so good. Anyway. And unfortunately, since it's a download, it's not like you actually thought of it. So it's not really in your subconscious to bring it back to you later. Do you find the same problem?
Yes. However, I have played with that, and I'm inviting you, if this resonates. So
tell me
with that. So we, because we are, our physical as technology is a biocomputer. So you know how when you got off a page and then you want to hit the back arrow to bring that back, you can metaphorically hit the back arrow or go into your history and find where that was. Just metaphorically speaking, to play with that and see if that doesn't.
I'm going to try that. That's great. I had not thought of that.
That came through. Somebody asked me one time, what did you just say? And I went, I haven't a clue. It just came through. And then I just saw the back arrow, and I hit the back arrow, and it came through again. So most of the time, not always.
That's great. I like that. All right. So would you like to share with everyone, Kim, about your 4 amazing gifts that you're offering today?
Yes, I would love it. So okay, let me see what I wrote down. So there's, 2 MP3s, and then a PDF, and then a coupon. So the first is a gift that's on my website. It's Riding the Waves of the Great Awakening. Both of these MP3s, and then the other one is Magical Portals of Possibilities. It both came through as a download. The first one, Riding the Waves, I had taken my son to work, and as I was leaving, I heard, go home, turn on the recorder. And this all came through. This was a beautiful gift. So that's a holographic activation. So a holographic activation is a direct download of the quantum possibility potential. It is not a meditation. It's all through the I am frequency. It'll help you with shifting your energy. With this, we're literally riding the waves of this great awakening. Hopefully we're riding the waves. It can be used for if you get tossed out of the raft or the ship, that you can climb back in, and that's what it's for. Every time you listen to it, you shift in consciousness. You continue where you've left off. So it is not just like a one-time listen. You can work with them. The I Am Fully Embodied PDF is what I mentioned before. It's 2 pages. These are activation codes. How to really anchor your energy, connecting in with the I Am presence. and utilizing that. It's good to memorize it and make it your own, of course, with everything. What resonates with you, beautiful. What doesn't, let it go. Just recalibrate it. We're all light masters, so make that your own. But it's a beautiful activational code that I just revised. So those of you that don't have the most current one, I just revised this when I facilitated my retreat this past September. So it is new update, I should say. Magical Portals of Possibility is this was actually created on the equinox, the autumnal equinox. So the equinoxes open portals in light and sound that create realities in 3 and 4D. So this was created at the same, in the equinox energy. And this was one of those, again, turn on the recorder. And this came through. And it's an activation taking you through magical portals of possibility. So this, and it kind of explains a little bit about it. It's an I am alignment, as well as most of my activations always includes the I am alignment with that, since that's all through the I am frequency. So that's for that one, and that's not been on that. That's for my newest package that's going on now. It's not been on my website, so that's brand new. And there's also a strong creating energy that came through that. So
good.
And that is
go ahead.
Almost 50 minutes. Yes, go ahead.
It's almost how many minutes?
That's almost 50 minutes of a recording. So it's
nice. Okay, everyone. So you can all get that at soulscape.tv/Kim, then MC5, all one word, Kim MC5. We'll take you out to her her page, and you can grab those awesome free gifts. And I think that the magical portals and the I am alignment, so important, because right now, no matter what seems to be happening in and around, there are amazing opportunities energetically, which then that is what creates your reality. So it's how we bring things into the physical is through the energetic, that the amorphic fields, all of it. Like, we have to be in synchronicity with that in order for it to manifest itself here. So that's where we are, which is really exciting. So everyone is writing in. Thank you so much, Kim. Go ahead. One more.
Well, there's one more gift. Yes, there's one more coupon. You get a special discount a coupon to a one-time special discount for a 60 to 75-minute holographic transformational session at a special rate, so of $147. So that's available too, which is really a good deal right now, because a lot of people are doing deep work.
That's fantastic. So for everybody that knows they would like additional assistance, that's a great price to get help and to move faster. The truth is that when we do get help from someone who has done it and knows what they're looking for and how to do it, we go a lot faster. And we're able to move through things, because the truth is it's hard for us to see our own stuff. And you also, to make these kind of adjustments, just like I said, we have to be at a higher frequency than we are in order to make the transformation faster and easier. So that's what that's what I want. I don't know if everybody else wants that, but I just want to go as fast as I can, please. The faster, the better, so that I would like one day to be able to have more of my gifts available. And I know that that is a frequency thing, that the higher I raise my own frequency, the more gifts I'm able to unlock and reopen.
Yes. So, beautiful. Yes.
Right? That's it. So if you're out there thinking to yourself, I don't know what gifts I have, or I don't know why they don't work, that is when you want to seek some assistance, because there's going to be other frequencies that you're in need of that might be missing. I always look at it like a recipe, Kim. We talk about harmonics and frequency and all that, but it's like a recipe, and the frequencies and the harmonics and the coding, that's the recipe, right? And so that's so there, if there are, if we are missing flour in the cake, you're not going to get much of a cake, right? There's no amount of wishing, right? So
Right.
for everybody, I thank you for being here. I thank you, Kim, for being here. I appreciate you and all you're doing for all of us. It's just fantastic. And I just absolutely love speaking with you. Thank you for coming tonight. And everyone, I wish you all the best. Do you have any last words, my dear?
No, that should
wrap it
I
up.
just really enjoyed the connection with you, and
Thanks.
Yes, the reconnection, I should say, because I do feel that soul sister with you.
I know, isn't it amazing? I think it's been like 2 years since we've actually gotten to really connect with one another. So I'll have to contact you on the backside. So we'll get together. Thank you, sweetheart. And thank you, everybody. I'm glad that this really felt lovely for you. I think it's just what all of our souls needed. It feels like a balm to the soul. All right, everybody. Much love to you. You have a beautiful evening, and we'll see you all. Oh, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Next week.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Oh my God, I know, right? Can you believe this? It's almost the end of November. So next week will be a special replay that I'll send out for Thanksgiving. I just can't believe that's next Thursday. All right, everybody. Love you, love you, love you. Have a great night.